Hi, friends. Welcome to Making All the Plans. As I record this, the snow is starting to come down, and as I do the voiceover, we probably already have about 6 to 8 inches. With that being said, I am going to try to keep this week flexible and definitely write in erasable ink. The other thing that we found out this weekend is that they are going to start our basement a week from Monday. So that means that any extras that I normally do during the week will probably not get done because I actually have to go down and finish up the basement. Now, I have been saying I need to finish up the basement for about a month and a half now, maybe even longer, but this week is actually the week that it just has to be done. And sometimes I need those deadlines in order to motivate me to get my butt moving. This particular weekly printable layout is from Squared Plans. Almost all of the layouts I use are from her because I just like the simplicity of her designs. The boxes that I'm using this week are from Proud Sticker Designs, and I am using primarily black, but you can get them in a variety of colors. You order them either in a book or by the sheet, or you can buy a group by block size, which is what I might start doing because there are a couple of box sizes that I use frequently and use up quickly. So I do need to put in an order, and I've been debating on what exactly it is I want to order. Next, I'm going to grab my go-to black and white washi tape. I haven't used this for a while, but it is my favorite, and I'm going to go ahead and use it so that I'm not drawing quite as many lines. I will still be drawing a lot of lines just to darken up some of those lines that are already existing so I can differentiate some more sections. I do like to leave 5 sets of lines at the bottom of the spread, 2 for errands that I need to run, 2 for anything that I need to do online, and 1 for phone calls. This washi tape cutter is from Live Love Posh, but you could use anything with a straight edge, be it a ruler or an old gift card or anything like that. But since I always am using this, I wanted something pretty. I have used washi tape to break this up in a previous week, but I did not like that. I think 2 reasons. One, because it was a bright pink, and even though I was doing an all pink spread, the bright pink lines were just too much. I also like how this has a ripped edge and it looks more natural, even though I don't think that that's really the word I'm looking for, but it isn't so harsh. It's just more relaxed at the bottom. The other thing that I'm going to do while I have my boxes sitting out is drop in 2 boxes, one for making all the plans and one for goals. And I did go ahead and print out MATP for making all the plans and goals when I was printing out my last round of month and date stickers. Sometimes I just get sick of looking at my own handwriting, so I am happy to have some stickers to go in the place of just things that I use on a regular basis. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put in some decor. I did grab some images off of Etsy from Clip Art Charm Company. These are the Polar Friends images, and I went ahead and made these pretty tiny so that they weren't taking up a lot of space on the page. But as we go along, you'll realize, and I'll realize, that I could have used larger images this week and would have still had plenty of room. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'll just go through and drop some happy little trees in here and there across the page before dropping in some of the other images. I do like to create clusters when I can. It's not always possible on this almost purely functional layout, but I am able to tuck some trees in behind that box that says goals. The other thing that I don't love when I put down stickers is them looking like they're floating. So I always try to either group things together or sit my sticker on top of something, whether it's some washi tape or a box or anything that will give me that little ledge. It could even just be a darker line. So as I put these bundled up people down on the spread, I will go ahead and put down a little piece of washi tape underneath them, just so it doesn't look like they're floating off in space all by themselves. My initial thought was to put down 3 of these bundled up people, but once I put 2 down, I decided that that should be enough. I liked how everything looked visually before I started writing in my plans, so I did stop at 2. Now I'm going to come in and drop in those extra sections that I was talking about. The top 2 sections will be for workouts and dinners. And then the bottom 3 sections will be for errands, online tasks, and phone calls. I did print some of my own tiny stickers and I did use those last week, but I did not love them. So I just went through all of my tiny images that I had and am using up what I already had before I printed those. I would like to order some new ones if I do continue to use this layout, but I'm starting to think that this layout was good for January, but I might switch back to the typical vertical weekly in February. I just don't need to write as much as I did in January, so this is a little bit overkill, and I do miss being able to decorate my pages, so I probably will mix it up a little bit starting next week. I am going to use 3 lines at the top this week, so I have a little bit more space to write. Each of those sections at the top will get 1.5 boxes. And then I'll also try to remember to leave that line empty under that second line that I just drew in. That way it just gives me a little bit of visual rest and I can tell the difference between the different lists that I'm making. Then I'll come in and draw in those bottom lines. Again, I leave 2 lines for errands, 2 lines for online things, and then 1 for phone calls. The important thing to note while we're going through this is that even though you can't see me do this, I am wiping off my ruler in between every couple of lines because I have in the past drug my ruler across the page after writing a line and it left smudge prints across my page. So it is important, especially when you're using a very inky pen, to wipe off your ruler or your straight edge in between lines. Once I get these images down, you'll see that it looks really cute. And the only thing that I am not liking about the way that this is laid out is when I start writing things in my sidebar and I kind of get close to those images sometimes. So that's the part that I don't like about those little images being over in the sidebar. If I do continue to use this method of planning with those separate sections, that is something that I want to keep in mind as I move forward, and I can tweak what I'm doing just a little bit to make that function a little bit better for me. Now, looking at the calendar for this week, my niece does have a birthday on Monday, so I want to drop in a box for her. And then I have a visitation and a funeral to go to on Thursday and Friday. Typically, I put boxes down for anything that is out of the ordinary that I might forget about. I also like to put boxes down for things that will take a good chunk of time during the day. And then I also like to put boxes down, of course, for birthdays or holidays. I do come in and write in some things with my Papermate Flair, and as much as I would love to write everything in my Papermate Flair, I frequently need to erase things, move things around, and I have found that it is just easier to write in my friction erasable pen instead of trying to work around a pen that I like to write with, but that isn't erasable. So Monday we have purposely kept clear because of all the snow that we're getting. I am sure it will take us at least a day to dig out. Then Tuesday during the day, all of my meetings can be done online. I do need to move some. Now that I'm writing this out, I'm realizing that some things need to be shifted around. And then both kids have lifting or training Tuesday afternoon, and I'm pretty sure that the roads will be clear enough by then. I also have a car appointment in the evening, so I did write that down a little bit lower than I would have liked, and I'm going to go through and erase it all and rewrite it so that my car appointment also will fit in that box. Normally, we don't have that much going on in the evening, so starting 11 o'clock, about middle of the box, is normal. But again, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy using the erasable pen. So, Monday, quote unquote, nothing. I do have to work that day. The flexibility of being remote also means that even if Ohio State were to have a snow day, I still will be working. And then Tuesday is loaded with meetings and things for my kids to do. Also, writing down my kids' appointments lets me know that if I actually go into work on Tuesday like I normally do, that Kinsey will need a ride to lifting since Ben needs to be at training. She did mention wanting to go to a basketball game instead of lifting. I think partially because they are just bringing in the incoming freshmen to show them how to use all the equipment and things. So she may not even be doing that. Again, that's a benefit of using erasable pen. Then on Wednesday, I'm starting out the morning with a doctor's appointment, and then I have my team meeting, and then thankfully the rest of the day is pretty free. My daughter does have training in the afternoon, but otherwise I'll be able to really put my head down and get some work done, hopefully. I do have a bunch of meetings that I need to schedule or reschedule based upon what is happening on Thursday and Friday, which is one of the things that I will do first thing when I sit down at my desk on Monday. Now that everything is planned out, now that we know what the weather forecast is for the week, when we'll most likely be in the office and when we won't, I'll be able to sit down and take everybody's calendars, my calendar, the weather, everything, and decide when those meetings would best be scheduled. Then my son has a lot going on this upcoming weekend. He has 3 training sessions that he is being trained in on Saturday, and then he works on Sunday. So that means by Monday, his legs will be jello. Once I kind of know what's going on throughout the week, I will go through and kind of finalize when I am making which recipes. I do my meal planning and grocery order on Friday, but as I'm doing my weekly planning is really when I assign those to specific dates. Although honestly, I still am very flexible with when food gets cooked. I might need to shift a leftover night earlier if we have a lot of leftovers, or if something needs used up quicker than I was hoping, I will go ahead and take care of that. So Monday we'll do French dip sandwiches. Tuesday I'll do a sheet pan chicken with Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, but I'll have that prepped up so someone else can throw that in the oven. Wednesday we'll do some Mongolian beef. Thursday out for dinner, and then Friday chicken parm if I haven't already used the chicken for something else. Tuesday night, I probably will go to a workout class in between work and my car appointment. However, I'm trying to figure out all the timing in my head before I schedule that class since there is a penalty if you cancel too close to the class. Right now, for errands, online things, and phone calls, the only thing that I have on my list are scholarship applications. There are a few that are due by the end of the week, so I'd like to go ahead and help my son get those across the finish line. But thankfully, the rest of the areas are pretty open, which is kind of bringing my stress level down a little bit. Now, working in the sidebar, I do like to list all of the videos that I want to work on in some way in the sidebar. I have wanted to put out a lot more videos than I have so far this year, but there have been a lot of things going on. And without making excuses, I'm trying to give myself some grace. I also have been extremely tired just due to it being dark so early. So even though I'm trying to get these videos out as fast as possible, please give me some grace. As I said, I'm trying to give myself grace, but these will start to pick up as things start coming off my plate. Then for the goals section, I usually like to write down each goal and what the next action step is I can take in order to move me towards achieving that goal. But since the basement work will start on the second, really the only goal I need to focus on this week is finishing up getting that all prepped. So, based upon what I have completed in the last couple of weeks, what is on the schedule for this week, and what really needs my attention, I am just going to be doing housework on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. So, Monday, I do want to do the kitchen, the half bath, and the laundry and get that real clean. Then on Wednesday, I want to just dust and vacuum the whole house. And then on Friday, I'll do the master bathroom, the guest bathroom, and the guest shower. I know that once they start working in the basement, there'll be a lot more dusting and vacuuming going on. So I just want to get to a good baseline before that work starts. So, also looking at the calendar and looking at the videos that I want to work on, there are quite a few things that I'm going to try to wrap up today so that they're just ready to go. But the things that I do want to work on, they will just have to be done on the weekend because of the amount of things that are happening this week. So Monday, I'll work a full day, I'll make dinner, I'll do all of the cleaning, and then I'll go work in the basement. Tuesday, I probably won't even be home until close to 10 o'clock based upon my car appointment and being in the office. Wednesday, again, I get up early, I go to the doctor, and then I come home and I have to work a full day. Then in the evening, I'll dust and vacuum, make dinner, and then head to the basement. Thursday, I go to work. Then I'll go to the visitation. I'm not sure how long or what times I will be there yet, but then the family and I will probably go out to dinner after that. Friday is probably an at-home day, so I will work a full day, make dinner, and then clean the master bath, the guest bath, and the guest shower. And I really am hoping to be done with the basement before the weekend, just so that we can relax before all the craziness begins. But if not, I will definitely leave time over the weekend in order to work on finishing the basement. But Saturday and Sunday, I will spend time recording and editing videos. So you may be asking, why did I just walk through my entire week like that? And that's because I want you to do that to yourself. I want you to walk through a real day and be honest with yourself of all the things that you need to get done throughout the day and how much time you actually have to spend on things outside of work, outside of a passion project, outside of the volunteer hours you've already scheduled. But be realistic with the amount of time that you have to get things done and don't overload yourself. So, this is my weekly plan. I hope that everybody has a great week and a productive week. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.